Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekend Show. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening. Hope everyone's keeping fine out there and it hasn't been too disruptive for you at Grassroots Football today. Well, hopefully it hasn't. But we'll talk about a little thing in the very near future. What I mean by that, before the end of the show. It was great to have our young commentators last night, Jaden and Dan. We had a nice little talk about the blue card system, and you could see young Dan totally against it, doesn't want it whatsoever, and he's a young referee and he also represents Don't Cross the Line. Well, what more could you say? He's an ambassador for Don't Cross the Line. But let's get on with the show and let's talk about grassroots football. What was it like at your game? Was there loads of respect on and off the field of play? Did you all enjoy it? How did it go? I'd like to hear, give us some feedback regarding the feedback that you've got. But at the end of the day, we're all about grassroots football and we're trying to improve the game, and that's what we've been doing with Don't Cross the Line. We put teams together to try and do that, showing loads of respect on and off the field of play. But things happen, incidents happen within grassroots football, and we've got to go on and face the consequences, I suppose, including our team. No matter what it is, no matter what you do, things will be up and running and things will happen throughout. So I've got an answer towards the North Liverpool JFL committee, and I'll be in front of them, no doubt, and have a little chat with them, spend some time with them today after our game. But it's what's expected. And if you're going to run a good league, then you need to face the consequences of what happens on and off the field of play. Anyway, if you were out and about, I hope you showed loads of respect towards the referees today, because that makes a massive difference in grassroots football. I put a post on early on today regarding all this, just to make sure that we keep our referees within the game and we do as good as we can, because you know, like us coaches, as managers, we're all there to try and improve the kids, to make a difference to the kids, to develop the kids if we possibly can. And sometimes that becomes very, very hard indeed to do. And, you know, has the fun gone out of grassroots football? Well, I think it has for me. I really, really do. At the end of the year, I'm probably looking into not taking any more teams on. Definitely not taking any more teams on. You know, what I've seen, what I've heard, what I've witnessed right the way through in the 2 years that I've been involved in grassroots football, that tells you everything. But sometimes you can just, you know, it gets too much. It gets too hot to handle. It really, really does. And obviously it's unfortunate that you've got managers and coaches walking away from the game who want to try and develop the kids and give them better attitudes. This is what we want throughout, and it's not just singling out kids, it's a lot of kids that we have to try and work with and develop with, and work with coaches and managers as well. But as I say, it's very, very hard indeed to carry on when you've done enough. I've been in the game over 40 odd years in grassroots football. Sorry, I really did go back into it, so I can blame my son for that one, because he encouraged me to start a team, because he had a load of kids under 8s for DXTL and wanted to get them going. He said, and then his mate asked me would he start a younger team. He wanted to get his lad into a football team, and which you did. You know, you fall for it and you get involved and you take your time out, and it's 24/7 non-stop of what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, and to develop the kids. And we did do that with our under 7s, the under 8s. They speak volumes, speak for themselves, they're brilliant. And my lad looks like at the end of the season he's letting his team go. When I say letting the team go, he's had enough of jealousy and obviously hatred within grassroots football, and I find that, I really, really do. Jealousy and hatred comes a long, long way, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things. You either love the game or you hate the game. And I used to love grassroots football. I'll watch it all day, I really will. Other teams, and just see how they go. And probably with the work that I do on and off the field of play, I really enjoy it. I'll be out and about come the end of the season, I'm going to join Jurgen Klopp. I'm going to stand down. Not in a million years will I ever go back into management or coaching in grassroots football, but I will be doing a show about that, the reasons why. So that should be very, very interesting indeed, I assure you. But hey ho, this is life, and I suppose this is grassroots football. I can't thank our sponsors enough, Aintree Sofas. They've been absolutely magnificent with the two teams over the years, and you know, I'm hoping that we did do some great advertising for you and made you proud as well, because your Aintree Sofas was over our kits and it made us win trophies, the two teams, which we can't thank you enough. We really, really can't thank you enough, honestly. Yeah, so well done to Aintree Sofas. And they're only based in Long Lane, so if you want a three-piece suite, why don't you go along and see John and tell him I sent you, and I'm sure he'll give you a great deal. He's got all kinds of offers on at the moment. Aintree Sofas, look it up in Liverpool, and if you're looking for the three-piece suite, tell him I sent you. John's brilliant, honestly, absolutely brilliant. Okay, so wherever you went, whatever you did in grassroots football, I hope you enjoyed it today. And as we say, I hope you looked after our referees. I know there was a lot of games called off on grassroots football, but people are asking the question, why now? Why are the games called off on grass? Look at the day is absolutely brilliant. Now, we all got up this morning and there was all, I had to defrost my car. It was unreal. The ice was thick, everything was thick about it, and you know, before I got out and about, and yeah, it was one of those. It's extraordinary, isn't it? And it was all over the 3G pitches. But don't forget, ice as well will get on the pitches, and that'll just sort of cause a little bit of moisture as well. So some of the leagues have cancelled their games, some of the leagues have not cancelled their games. If your league's off, then there's a reason behind it. Maybe the pitches are destroyed a little bit. And I know many teams have only played 8 games on grass throughout the year. And people are talking to me, I talk to managers, and they're looking for compensation, saying we pay for so many games, why do we only get this? It doesn't say anything in their codes of conduct or anything in their rules and regulations that we cannot have a refund because we're unhappy with the way the games have gone, and we're not. But I'm sure some of the leagues will squeeze these games in as well. But someone tells me there's some leagues that's cutting the game short, so it's entirely up to the managers in the leagues what they do, and probably that'll involve the county FA. So I'm sure somewhere along the line they'll all agree and something will be worked out. But it's unfortunate that we've had so much rain this year, and believe me, we have had so much rain, and it's going colder now. We've got the ice, the cold weather coming back in. Would you believe that's February for you, isn't it? It really, really is. Anyway, we're looking forward to the Respect Awareness Weekend, which is on the 6th of April. Massive thanks to Dave Palmer from the PFA for supporting the campaign yet again. Several years behind us, honestly, and making a difference, and they are helping me doing the press release, getting involved and really promoting it this year. We want to keep our referees within the game, especially in grassroots football. So the message from the PGMOL is get involved with us, work out with us, start making sure that we're all involved in the game and keeping our referees within the game as well, because it does make a massive difference, honestly. You've got to look, and the referees are there. Most of them are minors, you can see that now with the yellow armbands, they're all over them, and that means that they're under 18, they're still minors, they're still at school. So if you're on the sidelines, please be aware of that. And it does make a difference, honestly. It really does make a difference. If you could work out, that we could, a plan to state that we would not have verbal abuse, aggressive behaviour, racist comments and bullying within grassroots football, then you would be the perfect person to run the whole country with it. But you've got your FAs, your governing bodies, the PFAs, you've got your Premier Leagues, you've got Don't Cross the Line. We're all trying to do something, all trying to make a difference. We've been bringing people together since 2003. That will never stop. You know, and as I was saying, I'll stand down with Don't Cross the Line and the club at the end of the year. We've had a good year, but you know, things, unless I get a secretary to run the club and a manager or coach to run it, then there's a difference in that one. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like that whatsoever. But you cross the line, you pay the consequences. It's as simple as that. So, watch this space for the announcement, and obviously at the end of the year I'll be talking the reasons behind what I believe is wrong within grassroots football, and there's plenty, believe me, and I've seen it firsthand now. We normally walk the touchlines, go to the leagues, just watch other teams play and see how they support the referees. We're all there for them, we're all not against them, we're all making sure that the referees enjoy the game, because there's some crackers. And I was talking to, you know, Alan today, Steve today, the great referees, but things can happen when they're on games, and maybe, I think talking to the referees, it tends to be the older games that they see poor touchline behaviour on and off the field of play, and they don't like it and they report it and it goes to the referees. But we've also looked, and we want to take up on this, because I do believe that kids are paying too much within grassroots football. I really, really do. I'm just having a sip of this because obviously shouting towards the kids today, this cough would not go. So it made it harder for me to give some sort of structure to the kids as well, because when you're trying to shout and your voice is going and you start coughing more than you're shouting, it's what they need is a coach and a manager behind them to give them some insight into the game. That's what they need. And unfortunately, I apologise today, because if you can shake this off, you'll see a different ball game. You really, really will. But I've got to admit, I wouldn't say I've really enjoyed my time in 2 years in grassroots football with the teams. I couldn't say that, I really couldn't, because as I've just stated, I think the fun has gone out of kids football. I'd love your opinion on that. Please get in touch, mal@don'txtheline.com. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be the other manager, coach who is stepping down. There's going to be a lot stepping down. And I think we'll have some of them in the studio and they'll give their points of view. And we've talked about the fair play within grassroots football. Now, I support referees, everyone knows that, because they do a staying job, a great job, and if they get paid, they get paid. Anyone can go and referee, take a course and go and get paid. So it's you could have that choice as well, but they shouldn't take the stick that they are taking on the field of play or off the field of play. So the stats as well, referees do put reports in against teams, and when the reports go in, fantastic, then it goes to the county FA, and then you have to go and face the consequences about disciplinary. Now, I'd like to see on disciplinary results, when a referee puts a report card in about a game, a certain game, how many teams actually win their case? How many teams get fined by the county FA? How many teams can walk away once that referee has put a report in and say, great, won the case against the referee? Now, we wanted stats on that. We also wanted stats on how many coaches, managers are leaving. What's the reason behind that? Because we always get the stats on referees leaving the game, and you see that when you go onto Sky Sports, you go onto the website, you go onto the FA sites, and they're saying many referees are walking away from the game because of verbal abuse and aggressive behaviour. And we just talked about that, and I don't believe it's all about that, because honestly, unblemished, DXTL, whether you hear rumours or whether you don't, we are unblemished towards referees. There's no report gone in towards or from our referees about any stick that they have, and if they have had any stick, the referees have never come to me and told me about it, and that's in 2 years. So I want to leave that unblemished if we possibly can. This is towards our referees, by the way. So that report will also go in, not into the long distant future or whatever it is. You know where I'm coming from. But we'd love to see the stats. We'd love to see them disclosed. And I was talking to an FA official not so long ago who said those stats are actually coming out. Now, I can't find those stats anywhere at the moment, so I want to chase that up, and then we can get, maybe let's ask the county FA or the FA to come in and we can ask those questions, because once I stand down, I'm not affiliated, I'm back to independent within grassroots football. We don't cross the line, and our campaign is independent anyway. We just get supported by the county FAs, the leagues, the FA, the Premier League, the PFAs we just announced there, who are absolutely tremendous, and the Premier League referees will be wearing our t-shirts during the warm-ups on the 6th of April, and that will also go for the Bristol Motors Trophy Final, the EFL Bristol Motors Trophy Final. I'm not too sure, I think Wickham may be there now, I'm not too sure, they might be part of the final. Who's playing that final on the 6th of April that weekend. So all those fixtures, all the Premier League fixtures, you'll see the officials in the warm-ups, during the warm-ups, wearing our t-shirts, and these are the t-shirts that they'll be wearing, not these ones, because these are our t-shirts from last year's, and we still got prizes to be won there as well. We've got signed t-shirts from last year, and we can put them on eBay, we can put them on whatever you want, and we will make a few bob, because as I say, we've got the authenticity cards with them, so it makes a difference. Everyone can work out on what to say and what to do, and look what I've got, you know, you get these football shirts, you can actually get them framed if you want to, and make it more respectful. When I say about that, it's great. A lot of the referees have been interested in these, so watch this space. The kids are going to do something for the 6th of April as well. They're going to do a little competition where the kids can send in photographs with them and the referee, what they could do, what they can draw up, how they can go about things. It makes a difference, it really, really does. And if we can encourage our kids from all around the country, because it's a national campaign, to do something, to get involved and make a massive difference to us, that would be fantastic. Look after your referee on the day. It's the Respect Awareness Weekend. Note it in your diaries, please. That's what we want. Loads of kids taking heed, because a lot of these kids as well will be grown up to become referees as well, because it gives them pocket money. Remember all those in our paper rounds and milk rounds and bread rounds, all trying to make a few bob? Well, it's basically all gone now. So the new thing here is refereeing, and that gives them a little bit more money in their pockets to go away on holidays, buy clothes, do different things, and they've got money in the pockets, these kids now, and they enjoy it. So we want those referees to go out and enjoy themselves, cracking kids. Honestly, even the experienced referees, they do a lot of games as well. I work brilliant with Steve, the referee, as well, finding managers to see what's happened, where they're all going to, and oh my, honestly, it is amazing to see progress throughout grassroots football, and that's all we want to give, loads of good progress, you know. And we've got Wembley tomorrow on me. I'm not going, but I'll be out and about at the Jeffrey Humble at 9 o'clock watching a game tomorrow. It should be interesting, and after that one I'll be coming home, doing my show, making sure that everything is honky-dory for tomorrow. Now, we have a tough game tomorrow. Let's just hope that we have an announcement that some of our players that we've lost over the last few weeks are fitting up, because Chelsea, it's probably their biggest chance to beat us, because the kids that we're putting in and the team players, you know, this is a massive game at Wembley Stadium, and it's going to tire them out, and especially if it goes to extra time. But they're really, really fighting hard. Let's just hope. The last couple of times that we played Chelsea, yeah, we've been lucky. I must admit, we have been lucky. Now, if we can go by our game when we played them at Anfield, when we should have had 6-7 goals, and take that into this game tomorrow, then we can go out and win this in style. But because of the injuries, I think it could push a little bit more towards Chelsea. It's a tough one. Even though we murdered them, to be honest, and they'll admit that, they played well against Manchester City. You can see that they're performing, and they'll be up for this game tomorrow. But if we can get the first goal, that might just knock Chelsea out of their stride. So we're hoping that we can bring our first trophy home and give Jurgen Klopp something to go away with. Whether it's just that trophy, at least we've got one in the bag, and it'd be lovely. It really would be nice, not just for me, but for the whole of the city. Okay, bringing Everton into it as well. But good luck to Liverpool tomorrow. We'll have a little chat about that tomorrow, and grassroots football. So if you're out and about tomorrow, the weather's great. Respect on and off the field of play. Show it towards our referees, keep them within the game, and just respect them, because they are our young referees, and if they've got a yellow armband on, it means that they are under 18. Respect them as well. Thank you very much for joining into the show tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow evening. So from myself, Mal Lee, and all the team here at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, Respect Programme, Hearts of Gold Initiative, No Ref, No Game, and don't cross the line. But we'll be back tomorrow, round about 7 p.m. Enjoy the show. Good night, God bless.